A UTI. Do you know about the anatomy of a woman? Do you know the anatomy of a woman? You don't get a UTI from doing the hanky pank, okay? You don't. It's a completely different hole, you guys, just in case you're wondering. And going to the bathroom after will not stop that because it's a completely different hole. Okay, you guys, let it go about the UTIs. That's like literally not like moving on about the UTI. Okay. You guys, let it go. Let it go. Moving on.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy Friday, the weekend is here. I'm sure everybody has something to do being the holiday season, and you can forget about me having my ducks in a row because I always leave things last minute. My baby girl was just talking to me last night because she was at home online shopping for her friends' gifts, and that's one thing I appreciate about my kids. You know, they're always thinking of the next person, and this is what they do every year, is that during the school year they actually see who is unfortunate, who can't afford. And my daughter and son actually have these jars, you know, that you put the money in like a piggy bank, but it gives you a tally of how much you have in there. So they start that every year at the beginning of every year, and they use that money to buy their friends gifts for the holidays. And even if it's just something as small as hair grips or hair accessories, stuff like that, you know, these kids truly appreciate it. So that's one thing I'm so proud of my kids for, that they're always thinking about the next person. So before we get into this, my usual disclaimer: please do not take what I say as facts. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So I figured that I would address this once and for all. You know, whenever I do a video on Katie Joy, the reason I do videos on Katie Joy is, first of all, I don't have the time to, you know, research other people and get into stuff. I do what I can with my time. And unfortunately, it's Katie Joy, and she is a handful herself. But then also, it's like people keep insisting that I'm obsessed with Katie Joy. I'm so jealous of Katie Joy. It's like, what is there to be jealous of? I am good in my life. I am so proud of my life. I'm stable in my life. You know, so I don't know where people get the thing from that I am so jealous of Katie Joy. When I first heard about Katie Joy, it was the Micah Stoffer situation. And when things evolved and as time went by, I quickly realized the type of person that she is. And when I did start to actually report on her, was the reason that I used to follow Nick Snyder. He was still living in Florida. And he used to do his car, what you call it, I can't even remember, where he used to just vent in his car. And the one day I was in her one of her live chats, and somebody said something very nasty about Nick Snyder. And I'm like, why would people do that? And why would she allow people to talk about him like that? And upon further research, I found out how she called him a meth head. And I was like, who the hell does that? Especially a person that's in recovery, you know. It was like, wow, that explains to me exactly the type of person that you are. And especially the fact that Katie Joy learned how to manipulate the YouTube system. She learned other people's mistakes, and she learned how to profit off of that. And then as you go back and you watch old videos of Katie Joy to where she is now, Katie Joy hasn't changed. She has just polished herself up. And there was one clip I remember when Katie Joy, first of all, joked about selling her kid on the black market.
Being child free is like, God, I wanted to be child free, to be honest. I'm a mom. I didn't want to be a mom. I am a mom. And I know that sounds horrible to say that, but I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to have kids. I'm glad I have a child now. No, I love my son, but I would sell him on the black market someday.
And then there was another clip where she actually mentioned how she dated a guy that went on to be a porn star.
So here's my story. Everyone, get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Get your wine or beer.
All right, let's go. Back in 2001, I was dating a man who went on to be a porn star. Yeah, that's right. I dated him.
So it's like, nah, absolutely not. She's just so vindictive, so manipulative. She gaslights people to the highest degree. And when she cannot get her own way, and I've said this before, when her back is against the wall, she will go at anybody. She will bring anybody down to put herself on top. I mean, come on, you guys. Who on YouTube, and I'm open to this, I challenge you guys, who else on YouTube has been sued so many times? Just the other day, this is what a liar and a manipulator she is on her Facebook. During Thanksgiving, she came upon this teal swan person, and she says that she reported on her a few years ago and she was given a cease and desist by her. That's bullshit. That's lies. Look when she was going through the lawsuits with Tati, when Tati was serving a cease and desist. You heard it nearly every day. How come nobody's ever heard of her getting a cease and desist from this teal swan person? Katie Joy will do whatever she needs to do, say whatever she needs to do, because she is the moneymaker. She is living a certain lifestyle that she has to maintain. So the heat is on her. She got to do whatever she has to do so she doesn't have to go back into the real world. Why has anybody thought why Katie Joy cannot and will not put her family first? When everything was going down on how she felt unsafe, walk away from YouTube. Go get your ordinary 9-to-5 job. Your husband can go back to work. Your son is in school. No, because she's used of that money. And let's be fair, I'm sure her legal bills are through the yin yang. And why would I be jealous of that? Let me give you a typical example of what jealousy looks like. Because at the end of the day, Katie Joy, in my opinion, cannot handle strong, independent, stable, attractive woman. Every single woman that Katie Joy goes after is absolutely gorgeous. They have their shit together, they're educated, they have the life, they are respected, and all Katie Joy wants to do is bring them down. And the best example I can think of is during her lawsuits with Tati Westbrook. She went after Emily D. Baker. During a 7M lawsuit, she went after Emily D. Baker. Called Emily D. Baker all the bitches under the sun. And I mean, let's face it, Emily D. Baker doesn't even say her name, because as Emily D. Baker says it best.
Asking who is the YouTuber? The YouTuber is nondescript and someone who we will not name, lest we summon that YouTuber to some kind of meltdown on the internet. And I just don't want to direct any attention to them. This is like the third, fourth plus time that they've been sued for defamation.
And as you can see, Emily D. Baker won't even say a name because she feels she's been summoned. So that is what it is. So let me give you, when you think you know it all, when you think that you're above it all, you know everything. Nobody knows everything. But Katie Joy feels she's invincible. There's nobody like her. People feel that I am jealous of her. No, boo-boo. No, absolutely not. Because that's not who I am. That's not who I've ever been. I'm always one to be there, to lend an ear, to lend a helping hand where I can. Always been like that and will forever be like that. So let's not get things twisted, and please stop insulting me by saying that I am jealous of Katie Joy. So with that said, this was the best thing to date with Katie Joy. When she was sued by 7M, and Katie Joy felt like, and she didn't even know that the lawsuit was filed in court. And because Miss Emily D. Baker was on live talking about the lawsuit, she lost her shit. And as you're gonna hear, she had no problem with uncivil law talking about the lawsuit. She only had a problem with Emily D. Baker. You guys are smart, intelligent. So this should tell you a whole lot.
Ooh, I'm shiny. I'm just gonna come on here for a second. You can join me. I want to be 100% clear right now, like 100%. I'm not going to mess around. I'm not going to like be silly or funny. I'm going to be real here. My lawsuit is not filed in court. It is not filed in court. I will show you that it is not filed in court. Not one person has reached out to me to ask for a copy of the lawsuit. How then do all of these YouTubers have the lawsuit? Who did they get the lawsuit from? Because it is not filed in court.
No, I pulled it directly from the state of Minnesota's court website myself, personally. It's on the docket. So I don't really know what to tell you. It's filed. It's on the docket. I pulled it myself. So it's got a docket number and everything. Someone tell Katie Joy she's wrong. Someone tell Katie Joy she's wrong. It's filed.
So this is the proof of service filed in the district court, state of Minnesota, 4/5/22, 9:36 a.m. So what, yesterday morning? This is their notice that they get. I, again, love the water stamping. You are being sued.
Anyone speaking about this lawsuit communicated with the cult. Is that who you want to be following? Do you want to follow someone that will willingly take a lawsuit from a man like Robert? Because this is not filed in court. This was a pocket service. There is no court record. We are not under the jurisdiction of a court. They got the lawsuit from the cult, not from me. It's not in court. There is no case number, no judge. It has not been filed in court. If you are a YouTuber and you are talking about this case, you did not get it from me.
I pulled it directly from the state of Minnesota's court website myself. It's on the docket. It's filed.
You are being sued.
Because we didn't give you this. We didn't give you this. If you have a copy of it, that means you got it from Robert or you got it from 7M. It's not filed in court. It's called pocket service. That means you can't go online and find this. That means you can't download this from the court. No, they have not filed anything in court. We have not been notified of it being filed in court. So you guys got this not from the court.
No, I pulled it directly from the state of Minnesota's court website myself.
This was sent to my home. They showed up at my home with the lawsuit. This is called pocket service. Pocket service in the state of Minnesota means from the date that you file, you have 1 year, or from you draft the lawsuit, you have 1 year to file it with the court.
So this is the proof of service filed in the district court, state of Minnesota, 4/5/22, 9:36 a.m.
It hasn't been filed. They requested injunctions, but that doesn't mean it's been filed. You can put anything in a complaint, but it hasn't been filed. Like, do you want to argue with me? Because I'm the party here.
Looks like the party was late to their own party.
So if you knew about this lawsuit ahead of time, that means you were speaking to the cult. If you knew about this and you have these documents, that means you're speaking to the cult. If you're reporting on this and you have the documents, you're in bed with the cult. You can be in bed with the cult and on the wrong side, again, like you always are, Emily, or you can be on the right side.
Hold on to your pearls, people. because here it comes. She is going to go off on Emily D. Baker.
I am so tired of Emily Baker. She has made my life hell for 2 years. I don't even talk about her on my channel. She has done every one of my lawsuits and she acts like they're the biggest deal in the fucking world. None of them have gone anywhere. When I was being sued by Tati Westbrook, she convinced people that I was going to go to jail for civil contempt and that I was destroying evidence when I wasn't destroying evidence. And she also slandered my attorney. She made mockeries of the judge. She gave the judge a nickname. Mind you, she is a she's a bar licensed attorney in the state of California, and she was disparaging a fellow bar attorney. When you're an officer of the court, ethically, you are not supposed to disparage or slander other officers of the court. I know that she's gonna get it. And someone told me she's been live. So if Emily has it, if any other channel has it, I don't understand how anyone can take Emily seriously when she's on her channel cursing, saying facts not fuckery, and she's not licensed in the state of Tennessee. So she's playing an attorney, but she's not licensed in the state that she works in or that she's in. She, in the state of Tennessee, cannot give legal advice. Unless she's in the state of California, she cannot practice law. I don't care about Emily. I don't watch Emily. Emily can have a great life. I just wish Emily would stop talking about me.
Here comes the threat.
I just want to remind you, Emily Baker, we almost filed a complaint with the bar. We almost sued you. We're still in the statute of limitations to sue you for what you did last year. So just remember that. I can still file a lawsuit against you at any time, Emily, for what you did. And we can still file a bar complaint against you. So we've asked you to stop and you don't. And if you are going to be on the side of the cult, it's not the right side to be on. Emily spread a narrative that I sent death threats. She spread a narrative that I was stalking people and harassing them. She made people believe that I was going to be arrested for destroying evidence. She was actually in a little group that was like behind the scenes doing stuff, kind of following me. She was really close to the prosecution's or the plaintiff's attorney. And when we attempted to reach out with her to share our side, she refused to speak with us. She didn't have to speak with us, but she was trying to say that her coverage was unbiased, but she wasn't because she was getting information directly from the plaintiff's side and not from us. Here come all her fucking fans. So legally speaking, what I have is it's a lawsuit. It's just not in court. I have zero interest on going on Emily's channel. There's nothing to defend. Anyone that takes the lawsuit, that 7M, seriously needs psychological help. You need psychological help if you are defending 7M. You need psychological help if you are defending the claims that they're making. And you need psychological help if you're on that side. Yes, I have a production team. And uncivil law, if he pulled it from the court, he got it before we did. I'm not mad at uncivil law. Like, I really don't care. Emily and uncivil, what I would encourage you to do is start digging into the lawsuits that have been filed against Robert Shin.
It's not interesting to me. I'm a legal analysis channel. To go dig into Robert Shin, well, I mean, I guess I could go dig into lawsuits involving Robert Shin or cases that involve Robert Shin, but this one came to my attention, and we'll analyze this one.
He wants an injunction for me to remove everything about him online. That's hilarious. You can't force someone to remove things that are like not true or that are true. Like, people have a right to have an opinion online. I don't know if that makes anyone else. I don't know if it was anyone else.
So, with that said and done, please pay attention. And I'm telling you from experience, from reading people's emails, how Katie Joy hurts people. She uses people. She's not a good person. And she'll do whatever she needs to do to keep that bank account fat, to maintain that lifestyle. And the next video I'm making is to show you guys how I will never, ever have respect for Katie Joy. It's got nothing to do with hate, got nothing to do with jealousy, but just the type of person that she is. I will never respect Katie Joy or anybody like that. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. On your way out, please feel free to like, subscribe, and the notification bell. And please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.